Let's see. I'm trying. Once again, it's a good thing I'm not a perfectionist because oh my gosh, probably need some better lighting. But I just woke up and I'm taking care of a kitty. And this is Shannon Kringen, Goddess KRING, and I'm live. And I am so grateful. I'm trying not to worry about the lighting. I just woke up. My hair is a mess. I don't have any makeup on, but I usually don't wear makeup. Oh, there's a kitty. Hi, kitty. Hi, sweetie. There's a kitty behind me. Hi. Oh, you're so good. Hi. There's a cute kitty that I'm taking care of. Aw, she's right back there. Hi, kitty. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? Hi. Last night I was at Fantagraphics bookstore in Georgetown, Seattle, and hi, sweetie. Oh, there's the kitty. The kitty wants to cuddle. I was gonna do a recap, but I need to feed the kitty. She's a good kitty. Oh, you're a sweetie. Yes, I'm right now at the kitty's house, and this is not my house. This is the kitty's house, and I'm actually enjoying the feeling of acceptance of the lack of perfection of last night. I was at the Fantagraphics bookstore in Georgetown, Seattle, and it was the release of the comic book, volume number 4 or issue number 4 by Mark Osler called Waltzing Carpet Juliet. And Larry Reed was there reading. Um, And so Mark Osler and Larry Reed and Goddess KRING, me, Shannon Kringen, did spoken word, um, different kinds of spoken word. All three of us were very different. And I was able to park my art car, Opal Moonstone. I have a Honda Fit that's covered in rhinestones all over 360 degrees. And I got to park in front and Kitty. Kitty is going in and out. I probably need to feed the cat and let her out into the sunshine. It's a little icy out there, though. I have to hand feed the cat. She has a gum and tooth problem, so I'm going to hand feed the kitty. I'm an art model and a medical model and a pet sitter and a dog walker and just a multifaceted person. But last night I did about 15 minutes of spoken word. And what happened was at a public release party at Fantagraphics. And I'm repetitive. I'm repetitive. I'm repetitive. I think that's part of my autism is that I'm really repetitive and I repeat myself because I sometimes forget that I've already said something, but also I kind of feel like people aren't listening. Like I kind of assume that people have to hear it a couple times. And I've noticed that I do that with friends. When a friend says something to me like, I'll meet you at 6, it's like I need them to say, are you sure you're going to meet me at 6? We're going to meet at 6, right? We're going to meet at 6. Like I have this like, oh, I don't know if that's OCD, but let's just say that I have challenging time with organization and with so last night, the audience was so nice, and okay, let's just talk about the good parts that don't involve me, okay? I did my spoken word, and I made a bunch of mistakes, and but what's cool about it was that I laughed, and because I used to get really angry and be really hard on myself when I would screw up, or I used to assume that the audience didn't like me, or I had to win them over, or and I still had all kinds of uncomfortable feelings when I was reading my poetry, like I should be doing better. But okay, so I'm not going to talk about myself right now. I'm just going to talk about the people that were there. I met all kinds of nice women. Forgive me, I don't remember any of the names. I don't remember any of the names of the people I met except for friends that I knew that came, that I know their name, and Larry Reed from Fantagraphics and Mark Osler from Fantagraphics, the people that I know. And then a bunch of, like, my friend Dave and Dan and Bob and Kelly, and now I'm forgetting the names of people. Like, I'm totally spaced out, and I really care about other people, but I can't remember people's names very well sometimes, and I feel like I'm just overwhelmed. Like, it was very loud. It was very loud in there, and I liked the excitement. I like it when I go to, like, okay, I met lots of nice women who loved my art car, and I dressed up in a bodysuit, in a Goddess KRING bodysuit, and then underneath that, I had 100% cotton flesh-colored bodysuit. So at one point, I had my Goddess KRING painted hat that I painted for Tom Petty. I had shoes that I painted in 1996. Tori Amos has a pair I painted literally that I gave to her that she wore on the stage at the Paramount Theater in Seattle. And then I still have the pair that I painted for myself in 1996. But I started painting shoes in 1986. Um, so I did my poetry, I did an improvisational monologue, and I did some poetry, and I held up like hand painted shoe, hand painted hat, um, hand painted newer painted shoes that I glued rhinestones all over. Maybe I'll do another video later. I just want to do a quick, I'm still processing last night video, an impromptu live. Like, I had my outfit on, I was out in front, there was lots of people, it was loud, the people were very nice. Like, I really like creative people, that believe in free speech and creative expression, and I love being around those people, but there's part of me that gets irritated and by how loud everything is, and it was crowded and loud, and I was trying to, like, focus on, okay, I'm going to do my poetry, I'm going to do my poetry. um but then I was taking selfies with with some friends that came and with some new people that are fans of my Goddess Kring public access TV show. It felt really good to share on the microphone out loud. I'm working on a documentary film about Goddess Kring public access TV, me, Goddess Kring, Shannon Kringen, but it's not really about me, it's about my show on public access. And I'm going through the over 700 videotapes. And so I mentioned that. I don't even remember what I said because I was supposed to they introduced me in a very nice way. And then Mark said, because Mark just cold emailed me, Mark Osler is a fan of my public access TV show from the night I was on TV from 1996 to about 2010, or 95 or 96 to about 2010 on Seattle public access TV. Okay. Um, And I did it every week, and he was a fan of mine, and he just emailed me, and he said, "Would you like to, do a drawing of a woman's torso with heart shapes on it, heart, heart, heart on a woman's torso?" And normally, I just do abstract art, shapes and colors. And so I was commissioned to do this drawing for him, and I did that, and it's published in his volume 4 or issue number 4, Waltzing Carpet Juliet, and I'm very happy to be one of the artists featured in that. And then he said, "Would you also like to do spoken word, Goddess Kring style spoken word at the release party of my comic book?" And so I did that, and I dressed up in an outfit. I put some makeup on, I put my hat on, I put my fancy shoes on, I wore my high heel boots, and I had a fun bodysuit on, which I peeled down and had another layer. There's all kinds of things, but I met all these nice people. It's really wonderful when I meet female fans of my show, because I think because of how women have all kinds of anxiety about thinking that they have to look perfect with, their body has to look perfect, perfectly thin or perfectly fit or muscular or tall or whatever it is women think they need to be, look a certain way. I guess there's less pressure on men to look a certain way, but I think men worry about what they look like too. But I've always had the message of wanting to be natural and healthy more than I need to be skinny. So I think a lot of women like what I did. I don't know why. Actually, I should just let them speak. But it was really nice to meet women who came up to me and said, I was inspired by your show, or I appreciate how brave you are. I think they said, I appreciate how brave you are. I'm inspired by your show. Um, I was curious, like, maybe I should start interviewing people who liked my show and even people who didn't like what I was doing, if they're willing to say something constructive on camera that's intelligent and interesting. I'm willing to listen to people criticize what I did. Um, because even I watch my old show and I think, oh my God, like I cringe sometimes because I was known for being really honest about personal problems. And I think it's good to express yourself. But I witnessed myself in some of my old videos being cruel to myself. And that's the part that I cringe about. But I'm really okay. So last night I met all these people that had watched my show way back in the olden days on public access. And then they were curious what I was up to lately, which is my art car. And I've been modeling for art classes for literally 30 years. And so what am I sharing? I don't know. I just have all these different feelings. And I wish that I had when I started, I couldn't find my book that had all my poems, because some of my poems are memorized, but a lot of them were I printed out like 17 pages worth of poetry, literally 17 pages worth of poetry. I rehearsed it and I read it all, and it was like 20 minutes, 22 minutes, and my time slot was 15 minutes max. So although they were kind of casual and they said, "If you go over a little bit, that's okay, no big deal." But I think I did go over a little bit, and I was gonna do, like, a stopwatch. So what happened was I had these props, and they introduced me, and I was ready, and then I was like, "Where's my poetry book? Where's my poetry book? Ah," and I couldn't find my poetry book, and then I ran out into the audience and went, "Where is it? Where is it?" And then it was back behind me. I had put it somewhere behind me, stacked it in a strange way next to my props, and I just didn't see it. It kind of got camouflaged. So I was kind of discombobulated. Everything felt cattywampus. I love the words quintessential, cattywampus, and discombobulated. Discombobulated, cattywampus, quintessential. Um, Fantasy A gets a mattress, and Goddess KRING gets a self-esteem. So I was happy to see a Fantasy A Gets a Mattress poster right next to where I parked my art car, so I promptly posted a Goddess KRING poster right next to that. And then at the end of the night, I noticed somebody took the poster, and my first thought was, "Oh, somebody doesn't like me and they're just being mean." That's the most negative way to interpret it when somebody takes a poster of yours off the wall that you just taped or off the side of a public sidewalk. It was on a recycle bin, basically. Um, I used to wheat paste it, but and so the best way to interpret that is that somebody likes what I do and they wanted to collect a Goddess Kring poster. I think that's what I will choose to believe. I will choose to believe that whoever took that poster that I just casually taped, I really just taped it next to the Fantasy Egg It's a Mattress poster so I could take a photo of both of those together with my art car because I just thought that was a cool, unique, sort of an iconic, epic visual. And so I choose to believe that somebody took that poster because they wanted it and they should have asked for my autograph. No, I got to do some selfies with people who wanted to be photographed with me in front of my car. I did selfies with them. They did selfies with me on their phone. And I was just happy to spread the joy, happy to inspire people, happy to meet people who appreciate my poetry, my art car, my public access TV show. Um, I feel a little bit bad that I had a hard time concentrating on what anybody else was saying because I was so nervous about getting up there and doing my poetry. One thing I liked about what I did was that I was looking, because sometimes when I've done a lot of live performing, um, and I've taken 5 or 6 acting classes at the Freehold Theater in Seattle. I even auditioned and got into Cornish for their acting conservatory, or at least I got into their trial. And then their, what do you call it, when you audition and get into the Cornish acting conservatory, but they accept you the first year is sort of a trial run, and then you have to re-audition to see if you can really study to be an actor. And I auditioned and got into the let's try it out and see how you do, Shannon. But I dropped out after 2 weeks. I just thought, oh my God, I'm too scared to go to acting school. But part of me wanted to study and to be an actor. But I've taken 5 or 6 acting classes at Freehold Theater Seattle, which I really loved. With some great instructors there, and acting is something that I've been interested in my whole life, but I've only dabbled in it a little bit here and there. But so last night when I was doing my poetry, I remember to look up at the audience, and I was trying to like look. Sometimes when I look at an audience, because I get a little shy or I get distracted, I don't know if I'm shy or if I'm just sensitive and overwhelmed, because the thing is, I like being on stage. I like using a microphone. It feels like a luxury. It feels special and like a luxury to stand on a stage with a mic and have people listen to you and try to say something that's artistic or inspirational or intelligent or just useful to other people. It feels like a privilege and an honor. And I love my favorite people in the world. A lot of them are actors and musicians and people that get on stage and express and share. So it felt really good to be listened to. And but I feel like as soon as I said, maybe I was just so nervous, and I was looking at the audience, and sometimes I just look at the audience as one whole audience, like just one, like there's a bunch of individual humans, but they're one audience. And so if I think of it like the audience, the energy of the audience, you feel the energy. Hi, Kitty. Hi, sweetie. Oh, there she is. Hi, baby. You're a beautiful girl, aren't you? Yeah, she's a beautiful kitty. She's a beautiful kitty. Hi. Okay, I need to feed her and get her some fresh air. I just wanted to share a recap that I had a really good time. Thank you, Fantagraphics. Thank you, Larry Reed. Thank you, Mark Osler. Thank you to all my friends who came that I know the names of. Thank you to all the people who came who I don't remember the names of, who appreciate my contribution to the art world in the Seattle counterculture movement, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm working on the documentary about Goddess KRING, the TV show, and me and my audience and how we affect each other, or something like that. Some kind of inspirational documentary is what I want to do. And I just was really glad I was there, and I was looking at the audience as a whole, but then I remembered to try to look at individual humans in the audience, and I was trying to gauge how they felt, and they laughed right along with me. One thing I'm proud of is that, because I think that I'm a lot better videotaping myself and talking into the camera here and going into the recording studio and recording myself with a mic. I'm better at that than I am at live performing. I love the idea of live performing, but I think whenever I do live performance, I'm nervous, and I feel like I get up there and I do a pretty good job, but I feel disorganized and like I have no idea of the chronological order. Like, I did a few poems last night. I don't remember what I did really. I started off introducing myself a little bit and talking about my show and asking the audience how many of you have seen public access, how many of you know about my show, but I think I forgot to say that. But I asked them about public access. I tried to gauge how they felt or what they knew. And then I just launched into a poem that I wrote called Ripple Effect, which is about the ripple effect that we all have, whether it be negative or positive or neutral, and about how there's horrible things happening in the world. But there always is. Throughout history, on this planet Earth, there has always been simultaneously horrible things happening and wonderful things happening. People are, like that Bob Dylan song, people are born, people are dying, people are, you know, all at the same time. There's wonderful things and horrible things. And if you focus on, like, it's not good to deny that horrible things are happening, but if we fixate on the hideousness that's happening, unless we can actually solve it, it's better to focus on what you can do that's loving, what you can do that's helpful in the world, and not get caught up in. So there's a ripple effect. So if we get caught up in the catastrophes in the world, then we help feed the energy of fear and anger and stress. We can also feed the energy of love and cooperation. And so I did a few of my poems. I talked about the ripple effect, which is literally the name of one of my poems. Hi, kitty. I'm going to feed the kitty. Hi, sweetie. I have to feed the kitty and let her out. I just wanted to do a little recap. I know this video is not really very fascinating, but this is Goddess KRING. It is uh, November 26th, 2023. I will do more later. I seem like I'm obsessed with documenting everything, and I'm like very nerdy about telling you the facts. Like, it's 11/26, 2023. It's 9:37 a.m. and I'm taking care of a kitty. My name is Shannon Kringen. This is Seattle, Goddess KRING. Um, I hope to keep learning and growing and healing and inspiring myself and other people. I'm recording music with Dave Flowers from Interactive Jack Records. I'm working on a Goddess KRING documentary. I'm continuing to pet sit, dog walk, art model, medical model, standardized patient work. Um, I am going to be, my next public event will be the Gage Academy of Fine Art Drawing Jam here in Seattle. And I think that's going to be on Saturday, December 2nd, 2023. I'm going to model in a costume, in a flamboyant, colorful costume, and people are going to come and draw me and a bunch of other models and listen to music. And I'm happy to be part of that community. So thanks for listening. I'm going to feed the kitty and I will do a more theatrical, artistic video later. Just wanted to recap that I'm really, really grateful that I was invited to the Fanatagraphics bookstore to do that public event last night. And I would like to learn how to get better performing live on stage. I was thinking one way to do that would be to actually get involved in some acting projects or start doing open mics. I used to do open mics around town, do music or poetry or spoken word, open mic or improv monologue, or even try a little comedy. I could try a little stand-up comedy. Goddess KRING, stand-up comic. Yeah, that's the new era of Goddess KRING, stand-up comedy. Woo! Dramedy comedy. I can make up some funny rhymes because, my rhymes are kind of silly. Bada boo, bada bing. Stinging rings the kring. Catch the windsong spiral drive. Crack the code left and right note. Maybe I could take some of my poems because I know people have made fun of me for being all new age and spiritual mystical. I could actually take that because I know that's what comedians do is they take what's real about their personality and exaggerate it and make it into something absurd. And part of my shtick and my personality is to play with words and rhyme them in a silly, whimsical way. And sometimes when I rhyme words, they just sound absurd, but I still like the way they sound and they don't necessarily mean anything specifically intentionally. Other times I make up rhymes and I'm like, wow, that is like a metaphor. Fusion drives illusion to erosion. Erosion guides fusion to explosion. And volcano ash erupting green, enchanted fingers filter rain. Catch the windsong spiral drive. These are all like phrases that have popped into my head. Empathy for the predator popped into my head, but they actually have profound meanings and metaphorical, you know, analogy type meanings. Um, Also, it's just fun to play with words. So maybe if I did stand up Goddess KRING comedy, I would do really absurd rhymes and then sort of make fun of the absurdity and joke around about my spirituality, even though I'm totally sincere about my spirituality, but I could joke around about it a little and poke fun at the spiritualness of it all. Okay, there it is. So this is Shannon Kringen and Goddess KRING signing off. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe if you like my YouTube channel. And if you are a Goddess KRING fan from Public Access Seattle TV, feel free to email me with questions or comments. And I would love to interview. I'm going to start interviewing people. I know that Mark Osler said he would like to be on camera. And another lady, I forgot her name. We're friends on Instagram. She said she would like to be interviewed about my show and how it inspired her and sort of knocked her socks off. And I think that some of my very serious fans are 10 years younger than me. I was born in 1968. So people that were born in about 1978, because they were a teenager when I was 26, they were 16. And they saw me on TV on Seattle Public Access, and they seemed to be very inspired by me thinking about their teen years and heading into their 20s. I think that I guess they saw me, I'm just guessing, that they saw me as a trailblazer or some kind of person that was making them feel, oh, maybe in my 20s. And then they were thinking about what they were going to do in their 20s. And maybe my show made them feel more free to experiment and explore different ideas. Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to ask them what they found inspiring about what I was doing. I'm curious about that. So, okay. Bye for now. This is Goddess KRING, Shannon Kringen. See you later. I'm repetitive. I'm repetitive. I'm repetitive. I think that that is part of my autism or ADHD or OCD. I'm a little autistic, ADHD, OCD. I could make rhymes about that. Maybe I should do like a rap rhyme comedy routine about OCD, ADHD, autistic, the artistic autistic, the autism, the creative, like the rigidity in my thinking, the highly sensitiveness of my thinking, and the complete utter chaos that's in my mind. The non sequitur, like people accuse me of being off topic sometimes. I annoy people online when they say something and then I say something that's a different topic, but to me it's connected. Like I connect the dots in a different way, and people think I'm off topic. Part of me thinks, well, that's absurd. People are too narrow minded. They need to open their minds to realize that everything, I mean, I'm sure Einstein would agree with me, not that I'm as brilliant as Einstein, but the theory of relativity resonates with me. And the fact that everything can be connected, like the 6 degrees of separation that they joke about Kevin Bacon and the 6 degrees of separation. Well, I can do that with Tom Petty. If Tom Petty widens my jetty, if somebody mentions Tom Petty and some other topic that's completely unrelated, I should have done that last night. I was thinking last night in front of the audience, I could have said, hey, everybody, mention your favorite word. And then I was going to make a rhyme about whatever word they said. Or I could say, mention a topic, any topic at all on this planet, and I will tell you how it's connected to Tom Petty. I bet you I could figure out a connection with Tom Petty and any topic you mentioned to me. I will find a way to segue into, Tom Petty, blah, 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 therefore, blah, 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 that's related to a totally different topic, like grapefruits or something. I could do it. Okay, just wanted to share that. Bada boo, bada bing. Catch the windsong spiral drive. It means tap into the synchronicity of the world, is what that means. I think catch the windsong spiral drive. Ocean beam, come clean. Manifesting dreams, inner energy, life force, come forth. Volcano ash erupting green, enchanted fingers filter rain. That's all about tapping into your higher self, tapping into the creative power of the universe, which we are all part of. We are all part of nature as human beings. We are part of the birds and the trees and the flowers and the bees and all the quantum physics of nature, the microorganisms, the microcosm and the macrocosm. That's kind of my wavelength, I guess. So in a way, it doesn't matter. Like everything is a fractal. Maybe it doesn't matter what poems I did last night. I just did whatever poems I did and I said whatever I said. And my message always seems to be kind of similar, like follow your heart, follow your dreams, ocean beam, come clean, manifesting dreams, catch the wind song spiral drive. Yeah, catch the wind song spiral drive. That seems to be all my poems are kind of about catch the wind song spiral drive, which means tap into the power of the universe and manifest your dreams. There it is. Okay, bye for now.